My testimony is a story of deliverance. How God saved me and my friend from wicked men who wanted to kidnap us. As a teenager, I once joined my church's Sunday school on a Saturday morning. We were going to have a fasting and prayer meeting in a different part of the city. When we arrived at the church grounds, I saw lots of children and teenagers. We all met at the church in our church's distinctive t-shirts. We had come from different parts of the city, from different Sunday schools, but we were all united in our faith. After a session of intense prayers, the Sunday school teachers gave us a break, and soon the compound was filled with laughter, chatter, and playful activity. Children ran around, kicking balls and playing tag, while others sat in small groups, talking and making plans for the next game. The energy was infectious, and I found myself swept up in the joyful atmosphere. But then something strange happened. As we played, I felt a strange unease, an odd stirring deep within me, like a little voice trying to get my attention. It wasn't fear, but a quiet inner warning that I didn't understand. I tried to shake it off, attributing it to hunger or thirst, perhaps a need for some fresh air. But as the minutes passed, the feeling didn't go away. Instead, it grew stronger, becoming a persistent whisper urging me to pay attention. Suddenly, the Sunday school teachers called everyone back inside for another session of prayer. And as I took my seat, that same uneasy feeling returned. This time it was more insistent, more demanding. I felt compelled to do something, but I didn't know what. Then I rose slowly from my seat. I walked toward one of the exit doors, my eyes fixed on the ground at a nearby cab, and it was as if in a dream. I stood at the threshold, and that's when I saw him. The cab driver was parked a short distance away, his eyes fixed on the children playing. I don't know how long we stared at each other, but it felt like an eternity. The noise of children's laughter seemed to fade away, leaving only a ringing silence. Something in his gaze, a predatory intensity, sent a chill down my spine. Instinctively, I frowned at him, unsure why, but needing to express my disapproval. And in that moment, he started his car and drove away. He returned again and again, each time glancing toward the children. Each time he did, I felt that nudge, that prompting to keep watch at the door. Still, I couldn't bring myself to speak of what I saw to anyone. The prayer meeting continued. The prayers flowed, and I remained rooted to the door. I don't know if it was the Holy Spirit or my intuition, but I couldn't shake off the feeling that something was wrong. I was tense, my heart beating faster with each passing moment. Then, toward the end of the prayer meeting, the teachers asked if anyone could go purchase a pack of water. We had run out, and some of the children were thirsty. Familiar with the neighborhood, I volunteered to go, and a close friend, one who bore a strong resemblance to me and wore the same t-shirt, came along with me. As we approached the main road, the same taxi I had seen earlier pulled up beside us. Before we could process what was happening, we were inside the car, wedged in the back seat between two strange men with the driver and another man in front. My friend was scared. I could see it in her eyes. Despite her usual cheerfulness, her face was now pale and drawn. One of the men in the back seat asked if we were twins. Thinking fast, I said we were. But my friend quickly corrected, "No, we're just sisters with a 1-year gap." That's when I noticed something I hadn't seen before, fear in my friend's eyes. She looked at me. I knew in that instant that something was very wrong. The driver, the same man from the side of the church, turned to us in the rear-view mirror. His eyes, which had been hidden behind the steering wheel, now met mine. At that brief moment, I saw a flash of panic in his eyes, followed by a steely resolve. The argument in the front seat grew louder. They were arguing about us, about whether we were twins and whether we were suitable for whatever dark purpose they had in mind. The driver, who seemed to be their leader, was adamant. Suddenly, he shouted at the others, pulled the car over, and ordered us out. The men continued to argue in hushed tones, their voices thick with urgency. But their whispers couldn't mask the menace in their words. All the while, their eyes flicked between us, assessing, deciding. Moments later, my friend and I stood by the roadside, shaken but free. It was then that the gravity of what had just occurred hit us. We had been so close to danger, so close to something sinister. We walked silently to the store, but it was closed. Turning to the church, we informed the teachers that the store wasn't open. We didn't speak of the incident then. We were still processing the terrifying experience, struggling to comprehend the evil that had so nearly befallen us. It took me a long time before I could bring myself to share the story with my family. To this day, my friend and I haven't spoken about that terrifying incident, but I believe it was God who saved us. I know that if it wasn't for God, we would have been taken away in that car and we probably wouldn't be alive today. Thank you for listening to my testimony. If you believe in God, leave a comment below saying, I believe in God. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more amazing testimonies.